McGaheysville. I always say that one wrong. Yeah, but there's a little ski resort there. There's Boise, also has a ski resort. It's a beautiful area. There's a river. People go rafting on, tubing, whatever. And so there's a lot of stuff going on in this area. But the thing to remember is, where is the traffic coming from? Major cities are feeding into this area. So it's long-term growth. So a lot of the deals there, the average gross ROI is 21%. What's gross ROI mean? Gross ROI is simply the gross revenue divided by the purchase price. So let's do an example. If I buy a $500,000 home and the gross ROI of that home is 20%, I'm not gonna do 21% because that's, I need a calculator. So 20%, that would be that property is gonna gross $100,000. On a 500K home, you're probably gonna net 30 to 40K. That's a win, right? Is that not a win for anyone else? Not a win, okay, no, just kidding, yeah. Yes, we like those deals. And Aaron says he doesn't send me anything less than that. So you need to talk to this guy if you like this market. I love this market, especially Eric's deal, the English home. Man, that thing's gonna kill it.
He did the loan.
Oh yeah, and we got the lender who did the loan here. Matt Stout, raise your hand.
Awesome. Most awesome
Yeah.
properties I've seen in a while.
60 grand over the contract.
And yep, that was one thing too we see here. So a lot of markets are struggling to get appraisals. I see it in Florida, I see it in, oh man, Pennsylvania is a tough one too. New York and some, even in the West Coast, California's been bad where the appraisals come in lower than what you get it under contract for. In Shenandoah, we got one under contract for $705, and that was $40,000 more than asking. And we were really worried because it's a cool house. We were really worried it wasn't going to appraise. And we went back and forth with the seller about the appraisal gap and all that good stuff. The appraisal came in at $760. We're like, sweet, we got equity. So how awesome is that? This is a really good market. You got to check it out. Now, you need to be careful. My sweet spot for this market is somewhere between 450 to 750. I could see 800 could work there. But we got to think of that revenue ratio. It's not a, oh, you're going to make $300,000 in gross income market. It's more of like, hey, can I do, 100 to 150? Does that make sense? Any questions about Shenandoah? Y'all look like you're about to fall asleep. Okay, it's boring. Moving on.
How important is being on the water there, or super close to the water?
On the water?
Or like a lake, or whatever.
There's no lakes. It's river. It's important. I like the view, properties with views a little more. It's hills. Yes, sir.
What about?
Sorry, I'll come back.
With the resort there, is that? It seems like a lot of people are focused on that.
So what about being close to the resort? Yeah, and
Would you rather be far away from some of your competitors?
no, you want to be close to the resort, in my opinion, just from what I'm seeing. So, yeah. Okay, let's keep moving. Bar Harbor, Maine. So let me make sure this is all right. Yes. Okay, cool. All right, yep. Sorry. Just want to make sure I had the right slides for this one. I was like, hopefully this isn't from 2024. So Bar Harbor is near Acadia National Park. Right now is their high season. I love Maine. It's very beautiful. And there's a lot going on. But look at the second stat. Just like Shenandoah, 4 million people go to Bar Harbor every single year. Really, in Maine, is it just for the lobster? No, it's for the national park. So Bar Harbor is like on an island where the national park is, but you could go outside of it in Ellsworth and some of the other areas along the coastline there, especially if you want something with waterfront. I do like, it's a little bit higher purchase price. So if you have a higher budget and you want something waterfront, like a lake property or a property on the coast that looks really cool, this is a really good market. Just watch out for being in the cities because they have some strict regulations. Outside of them, right outside of them, there's not a lot of houses or people, and it's a really good market. The biggest struggle of this market, it's not the returns, it's not the properties, it's the resources. Finding cleaners and handyman and a good team in a market like this is very challenging. And so if you're interested in this market, you're going to have to do some good research. And you're going to need to visit that area and really talk and vet your cleaners. So that deters a lot of people. I see some of you like going, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do that one. But that deterred them. So for those of you who are willing to figure that out, boom, that's opportunity. Yes, ma'am. Is it a heavily seasonal area? It is heavily seasonal. So that might also deter some of you. But let me tell you about heavily seasonal areas. The way you make money in heavily seasonal areas is focusing on the shoulder season. Do you know what shoulder season is? So it's the season between the high season and the low season. So like dead middle of winter when no one should be there for whatever reason. So the shoulder season is like your fall or maybe your spring in these types of winter markets. So what can we do to attract more bookings during that time period? What do you guys think? What should you focus on? What's that? Events? There's no events going on though. Amenities. Who said it? What were you going to say? Pictures? Yeah, that's a good idea. Flipping pictures. Oh, flip the midterm? Yeah, if it's like more in a town or something, that's definitely not a bad idea. So, but if you're buying a vacation rental, it's hard to flip to a midterm. So in the shoulder season, we add amenities that are targeted for the shoulder season. Like what? Hot tubs, barrel saunas. For those of you, let's see what else. I think theater rooms do better actually in the shoulder season because people are now they're going more from being outside all the time to more inside. And so one of the most important things is realizing that amenities have seasonality trends as well. I added a hot tub to my lake property in New York. I know that doesn't sound like, some grandiose thing, but nobody else had a hot tub in this market. In Bar Harbor, a lot of people don't have hot tubs. I know, your face right there said it all. You're like, whoa, really? Because these aren't competitive markets I'm showing you. These are emerging markets. These are markets that are doing really well that no one's talking about. Okay? So these markets, it's easy to compete. If you put in a pickleball court, like nobody in their right mind would be like, they're probably up there like, what's a pickleball court? So putting in a hot tub will extend and help your season. I made my money back in my New York lake market. Nobody's there. I mean, this place is dead in the wintertime. Even the locals leave it. It's like nothing. And and so I put a hot tub in. All of my weekends filled up. People trying to get away. I mean, they're getting away to more cold, but they just get away because it's peaceful, it's quiet, but they have a place to chill. And nobody else is doing that. Boom. That hot tub, I made $20,000 more that year than the previous year by just adding a hot tub. Really cool. About 5 minutes. Okay, let's keep moving. Columbia Falls, Montana. Where's that? It's near Glacier National Park. It is near Whitefish. So Glacier National Park, also slightly seasonal, but there's 3 million visitors that go there. This is a more expensive market to be in, and I really like it if you can get in the right spot along the way. I went to an event in September Bill Faith held he had like a free, boot camp or whatever, and there was a property for sale, and it needed a bunch of work, but it had beautiful views. Everybody, there was like 10 people that went out and saw it. I think you guys saw it too. It needed a bunch of work. It was like a 6-bedroom. So it was listed for 600 or 700 or something like that. It wasn't that bad. Nobody bought it from that group. We went in there, I took a client there and I said, look, I think the ARV is in the 9s. And he's like, Kenny, I'll take your word for it. He bought it, he was renovating it. It's got amazing views. That property, turned it from I think it was listed as like a 5 or 6, it's now a 7-bedroom. It appraised for over $1 million. And it's like a $200,000 renovation. It's still a lot of money, but $1 million. He's now got equity from that property, and he has a 7-bedroom that's gonna do $200,000 or more. Freaking sweet deal. In Columbia Falls. The round one, yeah. Yeah, he just finished it. I'll have to share pictures with you. He went all out. It's pretty cool. So, but it's the vision, it's the work, it's the effort, the things. I'm going to talk about this later on the main stage. Who's going to see my main stage at 3:30? Yeah, all right. I'm going to do something really, no, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to do something weird. Not weird, but just different. But anyway, you'll enjoy it. So be there, 3:30. Well, I think you have to because everything else is shut down. So whatever, enjoy it. Don't sit in the first row, that's all I have to say. Anyway, so I love Columbia Falls, and the revenue is going to be much higher because it's a nicer, more luxurious market, and it's in Montana. Okay, Seneca Falls, New York. What's my time? 5 minutes? 4? Okay, 4. All right, we're going to blast through these. I love the Finger Lakes of New York. I have a property up here. I also have a property in North Carolina, Kentucky, Texas, Arizona, and the hotel in New Orleans. So I know a lot of different markets. This market's really good. Regulation is key in understanding where you can and can't do it. I don't just say Seneca Falls. I love the Finger Lakes in general. That includes Cayuga, Seneca Lake, Cayuga, all the fun Indian names that they have for all the Finger Lakes. All of them. Oscawa, something like that. But yes, thank you. So I have clients in all those different markets, and they're all doing very well, and the purchase prices are fairly low for a lake market. And so we're seeing average gross ROI of 18%. That's average. Are you guys the average? No, you're not. I'll give you an example. I bought a property there for $350. Now this was in 2022, but that was kind of the height of the market. I bought a property there for $350. It grossed $144,000 last year. Yep, in this market. Okay, I netted $77,000. Net is your cash that goes in your pocket at the end of the year, after your mortgage, after all that good stuff. Netted $77,000 on this $350,000 home. Would you guys like that deal? Then you need to look in this market. Okay. Alaska. I'm probably gonna just sit on this one for half a second because most of you are like, eh. That's okay. When most people say eh, I give it a second look because it's less competitive, right? Notice the trend. All these most of you, some of you are like, okay, I've heard of that one or maybe heard of that one, but most of them you haven't heard of because this is where the 90% aren't looking. So Fairbanks is really interesting because it has a good summer and winter market because of the northern lights. And it is very, very cheap. So what I recommend, I have a really good agent. If you're interested in this market, I can connect you with him. I usually encourage people to get property management in Fairbanks, Alaska, because it's in Alaska. And it's hours and hours, and also, more importantly, the time zone. But if you have a good VA, that's not a big deal. Like, also resources and all that good stuff. But properties here are super cheap. I had a client, and I did it for fun to see if we could do it. We found a property for $125. That's grossing $50,000 a year. So he put a little money into it. And when I say a little money, I think he put like $75,000. I mean, you can't put hundreds of thousands into these properties because there's diminishing returns for every dollar you put in. But he puts in $75K, including the purchase, $125, so he's grossing $50K. He's netting like $25 to $30K. That's a huge win. You know, really good returns. I think it's like almost a 40% return. That's awesome. But it's in Fairbanks, Alaska. So up to you, the cabin. All right, I am almost out of time. What do we got left? 2 more. I'll go through these quickly. I like the Red River Gorge in Kentucky. Okay, that's next to Lexington a little bit, 45 minutes to an hour. Also a good, cheap, affordable market in the hills or kind of mountains. Mountains. For those of you from the West Coast, you're like, those are maybe that's a slight incline. But Red River Gorge is a good one. I'm gonna go to the next one. Beckley, West Virginia. That's near one of the newest national parks called New River Gorge National Park. If you can be in and around that national park, I really like that one. The average ROI is 17%, and it's a very, very affordable market. Cool. All right, I've got like a minute. I'm out of time, but what I want to leave you guys with, those are some cool markets. Maybe it spoke to you, maybe it didn't, but I want to give you my free list of markets. This is 100% free. You fill out the form, it sends the email to your email with the list, the PDF file, and there's 84 different markets. And the really cool thing is, I spend like a whole week on this every year. It's so much work, but appreciate it. It breaks it down by your budget, by the cash you have on hand, and by destination type. So if you're like, Kenny, you didn't mention any beach markets. Well, beach markets aren't as good as all these other ones, but There are beach markets in the report, or mountain markets, lake markets, ski markets. I don't know how many destinations, oh, they're the destination there. So urban markets as well, it looks like. And it breaks it down by how much cash you have on hand. There are over 84 different markets in this report. And I also put my personal top 10, which is slightly different than this list, where I am looking for deals. It's all there, all transparent. Download the report for free. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to go over to the STR Insights booth, and then come hang out, come listen to the Summer Lead.